So we are doing our piece as a modern adaptation of Oscar Wilde's classic, The Importance of Being Earnest, and the working title right now is just Earnest in all caps. And we're including modern factors, such as catfishing, because if you don't know the story of The Importance of Being Earnest, it's about mistaken identities and people pretending to be something they're not. But it's meant to be a comedy, it's not serious. And we're also going to have Facebook and stuff.
So in terms of location, our first location is going to be Grace's house in Finnegan. And we're going to film the boys getting ready, one in the bedroom and one in the bathroom, to sort of create the illusion that there's different places, that they're in different houses. And then there's going to be shots of them preparing to go to the train station. For example, one of the characters, Jay, is going to be at the train station, and then our second location is going to be City Hall, Belfast.
We're going to do it outside on the benches.
Sorry, just filming outside on the benches, will that be difficult in terms of managing sound, for example?
We know that it may be difficult, so we have another second location prepared, which is over at the docks, which is a lot quieter, but still has a lot of greenery.
Okay, what about sort of like wind noise, things like that there, maybe?
We were planning on going downtown on a Sunday anyway, because we figured there'll be less people milling around City Hall.
Okay.
We'll try our best to get the sound right, and then we can have more takes and make sure the weather's proper before we go.
Okay.
The selection of our locations sort of set up our colour scheme for us, so natural colours like greens and blues and that kind of thing. If the weather's good, it's kind of already set up for us in the area of City Hall, and it kind of mirrors The Importance of Being Earnest colour scheme, the film in 2002. They used pale purples and blues and that kind of thing, so we're kind of trying to mirror off that and get inspiration from that for our colour scheme.
And why those colours in particular?
Those were the colours that were used in the film and that kind of thing. And they're more natural colours. And
in the original The Importance of Being Earnest, it was sort of set back in Victorian times, and in a lot of the adaptations they use very royal blues and purples and greens, so we're just sort of toning it down to give it a more natural feel to it and setting it outside as well as modernising it.
Okay.
For our first character, Jay Hilden, we're going to have an actor from the year above, Connor Joyce. His backstory is that his father is an MP and expects him to be very studious and dedicated to his studies, and so it's very restricted having social medias and having a life outside school, so he can't do regular things that teenagers would do, and so he wants to create his own new identity so that his parents can't find it, and so that he can put on this whole new persona that he thinks will be more attractive to other people on the internet. And his best friend is the other character in the show, Alistair.
Alistair comes from a family of NHS doctors, and he did pretty badly in his exams last year, so this year his parents are cracking down on him, and like his mate Jay, he's not allowed to go out anymore because they're really scared he'll fail this year again, and basically he has to do well or he's out. Alistair still wants to have fun because he's based off the second character in Ernest called Algernon, who's like Oscar Wilde's self-insert. He's just a dandy, he just wants to have fun. And he creates his own Ernest after he finds out the idea from Jay.
So just, is it arguable that dandyism exists today? Is that a thing still, do you think?
I feel like it's more commonplace because Victorian society was very restrictive, and the entire origin of the original play was to poke fun at how restrictive the society was. So it does exist. There's still people out there who just want to have fun. They don't want to focus on anything really, but it's just more common, more acceptable.
I think this society would be more hedonistic, for example, than...
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So the other character is going to be Chelsea Cardew. She is the adrenaline-seeking love interest of Alistair's Ernest, or as we're calling them in our adaptation, Oscar, and she's also the cousin of Jay, and we are getting an external actor that Grace knows to play her. And the second is Gemma Bracknell, who is going to be played by Grace McGee as sort of the girls in ours don't have lines as such, they just make cameos, so we still need actresses for them. And she is the pompous and stylish love interest of Jay's persona of Oscar.
Is it a case of life imitating art there? And art, but,
The characters are based very heavily on what they are in the play.
So it's just a bit of background on why we chose these particular names, and we were trying as much as possible to keep the original original story of the importance of being earnest. So, for example, the first character, James, we decided to stick with the J's theme of the original Oscar Wilde character Jack as kind of a nod to the original text. The surname Hilden is kind of a play on train station in Northern Ireland, because that's kind of where Oscar Wilde got the inspiration for Jack's surname, Jack Worthington. For Alistair's name, it's kind of a play on the name Algernon, and it's kind of like an upper class name kept with the theme of the same letter and that kind of thing for most of the characters. And that's the same for Oscar Wilde, who used his name as the surname for Alistair Wilde, just as a direct nod to the playwright, keeping as close as possible to the original. So it is really a modern adaptation. The two girls, Chelsea Cardew and Gemma Bracknell, the surnames Cardew and Bracknell are actually used. They're the exact same surnames, so we've really kept strong with the surnames of using the exact same names. And for Oscar, as opposed to Ernest, it's really outdated and you wouldn't see the name Ernest a lot, so we decided on Oscar as the code name. So, and again, it's a direct link to the playwright.
For props and costume, we're not really going to need many props that aren't available, just simple things like hair gel for Alistair when he's doing his hair at the start, and phones for when they're texting and he's making Facebook profiles, and earphones for the start when we're going to use that as a plug for when our music starts. So when he puts his earphones in, the music will play, and when he takes it out, the music will end, so that allows us to stop the music at a place that wouldn't really be natural if we didn't have the earphones. And the costumes are just going to be normal everyday clothes that you would see anyone wearing.
Should, like, because both boys are from quite sort of upper middle class, you know, should they be styled that way as such, like, or?
Yeah, like, it's going to be, they're not going to be, you know, really casual. I'd say smart casual. I was thinking dressing them in maybe an open top shirt or just nice jeans, just like nice clothes, but not, you know, really over the top.
Like it's Belfast, but it's not Belfast. Because it's an adaptation, we watched a lot of movies about when we were analysing. We did adaptations, and Jane in particular also looked at the show Catfish, because that was a bit of an inspiration for what we decided to do.
What is catfishing to the uninitiated?
It's when someone pretends to be someone they're not, to be in a relationship with somebody else.
They'll use their pictures and a different name to talk to them.
So the genres, we're going for comedy or comedy genre, romance and adaptation. So in order to prepare for our project for the films we analysed, we stuck to rom-coms, comedies and romance. For example, I did the rom-com The Proposal. We also did Clueless, we did Easy A, which is a modern, like, loose adaptation on Nathaniel Hawthorne's Scarlet Letter. We also did Little Women, and we did The Importance of Being Earnest, the 2002 film, which is probably the best adaptation, the film adaptation of the play. So these are some screenshots of the storyboards, and then we also have an animatic.
There's no like sound, there's no jazzy music in the background or animatic, because we're like in the middle of it.
That's quite disappointing.
Yeah, we do, our animatic isn't properly timed, because obviously we don't know how long each shot is going to be, except for one or two shots, but we just have a short animatic with our storyboards.
Can somebody whistle or something?
Grace said she was scared.
I did no such thing. You went to do a bunch of jokes.
Well done.
So perhaps just a wee bit more today.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's not long left.
So this is the film treatment. So the film opens on the two main characters, Jay and Alistair, both getting dressed. Jay prepares himself in his bedroom, tying his shoes, putting his coat on, while Ali's just sort of doing his hair in the bathroom for 3 shots. The two main characters meet up in town in front of City Hall, where Jay's already sitting on the bench waiting for Alistair, who casually approaches him. The two boys' relationship is very quickly established as them being close friends, as Jay jokingly questions Alistair if he spent so long getting ready and that's why he's late. The two have a short establishing conversation how their lives have been going, which reiterates the reason why they are both creating the persona of Oscar. Ali spots that Jay is currently on a yellow profile, which has now been changed to Facebook instead, under another name, and Alistair assumes identity theft, starts wrestling with Jay on the bench to try and get his phone from him to see what's going on. Alistair discovers that his friend has now been catfishing someone, and so Jay explains that it's because of his strict upbringing that he feels the need for this relief in the form of Oscar. Jay states that he's been messaging Ali's cousin, Gemma, under this name and begins telling, much to Alistair's dismay, all about her. Alistair then states that he thinks it's a good idea what Jay is doing, and says that he too has been wanting to message a girl and talk to her, but he can't due to his parents. So Jay agrees with him, but is unaware that Alistair is currently making the profile as he's talking to him and is making it under the same name. So this is the shot list, which is a bit hard to see, but
Sorry, so it's laid out. Suppose I'll do this one. Basically, it's just a list of the different types of things going through. So I had some examples in storyboards and that kind of thing. So we're going to have a mid shot of Jay putting on his jacket, and then moves on to a close up of Ali standing in his hair. There's a few different close up shots. There's about 3 or 4 in there, and we try to get a different range of shots. So we have mid shots, long shots, and there's slow mo shots and that kind of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much most of the shots in it.
We're getting one of Clena's friends to do a cover of Jungle Breaking My Heart for the opening credits. Just so when the guys are getting ready, there's going to be no talking. So we needed something to put in the background. And it's a nice song, it goes really well, we think, with the plot. And we're going to get some royalty-free music off every media student's favourite person, Kevin Floyd. And that's the end.
thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Thank you. Ryan, if you could hit the lights there for me, please.
Anyone have any questions?
So-
Cara?
Any questions there for our group?
I understand the premise of the film, but I'm not too sure how you would extend that into like a full feature-length film. How would you, like, if you were to do that, how would you go about that?
Well, if we were to put it into a feature-length film, we would most likely mirror the original Importance Being Earnest plot, which is the rest of the film is them trying to hit on the girls and them trying to go out with them. But obviously, because they're both using the same name and they're related, like some of them are related in some ways, the two girls eventually find out that these two aren't who they say they are and they aren't actually Oscar. They aren't who they are, so it sort of creates a bit of drama, and that's basically the plot of the play, is that it's a lot of drama between Demons and the girls, but it's a rom-com, so it's put in a very comedic and light-hearted way, so we would most likely just mirror the original plot of the play if we were to put a full feature-length film.
Hilarious jinx.
Lots of them. Anyone else? Karen?
Would it be for all ages? Like, could
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah,
Family friendly movie.
And is there much of a... Are you nodding at me there? Or no? Maeve? Ah, right, that's okay. Sorry. And do you think there's much of an appetite for this type of a film as well?
I think with the modern adaptations, yeah, because like mistaken identities is getting to be a bigger problem now than it probably would have been in Victoria. There are people lying about who they are all the time on the internet. Facebook makes it easy, and this is sort of a light-hearted look at it. But I think there is a big market. People have a lot of experience with it. The success of the Catfish show proves that.
There also is a big market for rom-coms in general and for romantic films, obviously with like how good La La Land's doing in box office and other
Oh, it won an Oscar. Oh no, I didn't.
and other like romantic and comedy films, like they are a thriving genre, so we do think that there is room for it in the market.
And you want to make this specifically sort of Belfast, like a Belfast version as well?
Yeah, it's like we are using like colloquialisms in the script, and it is sort of filmed very locally to us. So yes, it would be sort of like a Belfast themed take on it.
And would you hope to incorporate some of the sort of landmarks and imagery of Belfast into the film at all?
We are using City Hall, which is obviously a very monumental landmark in part of our film as the main location. So yeah.
Excellent. Any other questions at all? Do you foresee any difficulties sort of having a dialogue-driven open?
A little, yeah. But the two guys we're looking at to get it, they both do drama in their spare time and they know each other. So we think if the boys have good chemistry, the dialogue sort of drives itself. It won't be too difficult.
Excellent. All right. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Round of applause here. Thank you.